Hi everyone, Bronwyn Frankham here, Stampin' Up independent demonstrator on the Central Coast of New South Wales, Australia. I just wanted to show you a brief video today of some cards that I've made, and it's based on this bundle here in the Annual Catalogue, and it's called Lovely is the Day. It's got some really beautiful sentiments, and I really liked the greenery and the flowers in this one. So today I actually cased this card here. Mine's a little bit different to that, but that's basically what mine looks like, and I did it in 2 color variations, so I'll show you those. So here's the one, the green version. I decided to put it on the, what colour is that? That is the shaded spruce. In the catalogue they had it in a grey granite or a smoky slate, but I really liked the shaded spruce in the background, made it pop a little bit more. Beautiful gold embossing on this card as well. So that's the green version, and then I also did a purple version or mauve version. I love tubercini plants, and so I was inspired by the purple here to do the tubercini to replicate that, but just love the colours in those, and then I've just put a little insert as well in there. So I'll show you how we did that. First of all, I'll show you the things that you'll need. So cardstock, it's the Garden Lane DSP in a 12 by 12 pack. Shaded Spruce, Pear Pizzazz, and the Whisper White. Then we've got the Lovely as a Day bundle, which has the stamps, and then it's got the coordinating dies as well. An embossing buddy. Now, if you don't know what an embossing buddy is, it's this little pillow here that has like a chalky dust to it, and you wipe that over your cardstock before stamping it with the Versamark, and it just helps the embossing powder to stick to the Versamark and not stick to the areas that you don't want it to on your cardstock. Pear Pizzazz shimmer ribbon, which is retired, Petal Pink stamp pad, Versamark stamp pad, Old Olive stamping blends. Stamping blends are these alcohol markers here. This is an older one, this one, but they're called stamping blends now. Also, I use tear and tape as my adhesive, glue dots and dimensionals. So let's get started. So as I said, you use the embossing buddy, you wipe it over where you're going to be printing, where you're going to be stamping. And then here's my stamp here. I'm just going to do this one as an example. This is the Versamark stamp pad. I'm just going to set that up. Now, it comes out clear, so when you get it on the right angle, you can see that it has like a wet look to it. So I'm going to stamp that down there. And you can't really, unless you get it on the right angle, you can't really see that there's anything on there. The Versamark is clear. It's like a glue. So this is the Stampin' Boss. This is gold that I'm going to be using. So I usually put it in a little container. Just makes it a bit easier. Some people use a spoon, some people just sprinkle it on. Hold the container over the top and sprinkle it on. But now see how by using the embossing buddy I've got hardly any little specks of gold around there. You can use a paintbrush just to get those little specks off. I'm not going to worry too much because I'm actually going to cut this out using the dies, and that's cut out on the Big Shot, using the Big Shot. But that's how you emboss. You then use a heat gun and you heat that up. Now when it always intrigues me with the heat embossing, because it looks quite dull there like that, but as it heats up it turns a beautiful gold colour, metallic gold, and so this is what you end up with. So here's a few that I've done before. So I've done that with there's 3 of the flowers and 2 of those leaves or sprigs, and then also a label as well that's been embossed. Now what I did notice in order to get this particular flower is with the stamp set, I actually needed to cut that flower off the main stem here, which I've done that really, really carefully, and then you're provided with a die here, a single flower die that cuts it out, punches it out beautifully. So this is where it's all together, and then this is just the flower on its own. So in order to get the flower on its own, I needed to cut that stamp up. Okay, so I've got all my parts ready. Whoops. Some other sprigs of greenery as well. To make this part here, that was just a 1.5 inch by 3 inches, I think it was, or it might have been a little bit more, by 4.5 inches. And I've just trimmed that down to make it look more like a label there, and a piece of the Pear Pizzazz ribbon. Okay, I've got my base here, and I'm just going to put my DSP that I've also cut. So this is the Specialty DSP, Designer's Series paper it stands for. And then we'll do the tag, put that down about halfway, just centering it there, and then putting the little piece of ribbon across. Okay. Now on the back of the label, I had actually put some dimensionals, which I'll just take the back off those so that they're ready to stick down. Before I stick that down though, I actually realise I need to put my greenery on, so I'll just leave that there. Now to put these sprigs on, or leaves on, I'm just using glue dots. Put one behind there, if it's going to stick. Hang on. Behind the leaf is a little bit better, and then one on the tip as well, just to hold that in securely. So I'm going to put that one going up into that corner there. This one I'm going to do up into that corner there. Whoops, I'm getting stuck everywhere. And this one will go down towards the bottom. So it just gives you a really nice coverage. When you see it all together in the end, it just extends that beautiful label to the whole of the card area. Right. Now we can put this on. So just centering that. And then what I've done here on these vines is I've put a mini dimensional at the end, because it's going to, because this is on dimensionals, whatever we put on top of here, if it goes onto this area, over onto this area here, it's going to need a dimensional to be the same height as this. If it sits on top of here, then all we need is a glue dot. So I'll just put a glue dot behind there, because that leaf where the glue dot is going to be sitting on top of my label there, and this is where the, underneath this section here is where the mini dimensional is, so it just raises it up to the same level as this label that I've got on. So I'll just take that dimensional off, put a mini glue dot behind the leaf, and this one's going to go down towards the bottom. So there we go, just there. Now with the flowers, what I've done is I've embossed those with a gold embossing, and then I've used the petal pink, and one of the little stamps actually stamps that little section in there. So we'll just put a couple of glue dots on that as well. I'll get one going that way. And be careful not to cover the writing up. One going that way. And then another one down the bottom here. And voila, there is our card. So the green version and the purple version. Thank you very much for watching today. Hope you enjoyed it. If there's anything that any products that you're interested in purchasing, you can message me on Facebook. If you search for Bronwyn Frankham, Stamping Up Independent Demonstrator, you'll find me on Facebook, and send me a message and we can organise that. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.